What if I told you that one simple phone call, made before you even leave your house, could completely change your entire airport experience? Most travelers over 60 have no idea this service even exists, and because of that, they end up walking miles through crowded terminals, standing in exhausting lines and arriving at their gate completely worn out before they even board the plane. And that is just one of the mistakes we are going to fix today. I have spoken with hundreds of senior travelers, and the same frustrations keep coming up again and again. Missed connections, confusion at security, unexpected gate changes, and carry-on bags that turn into a serious problem at 30,000 feet. But here's the thing. None of this has to happen to you. Airports have changed dramatically over the past several years, and what used to be common knowledge no longer applies. The rules are different, the terminals are bigger, and there are services available right now that most travelers over 60 simply are not using. So whether you are planning your first big retirement trip or you fly a few times a year and just want things to go more smoothly, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you are going to feel genuinely prepared, confident, and ready to handle anything an airport throws at you. Tip number 9, by the way, is one that surprises almost everyone, so make sure you stick around for that one. If you want more travel tips like this, hit subscribe. Tip 1. Arrive earlier than you think you need to. I know you have heard this before, but hear me out, because the reason it matters for senior travelers is different than most people realize. Airports are physically larger than they were even 10 years ago. Security lines move unpredictably. And if you need any kind of assistance, whether that is a wheelchair, a cart, or extra time through screening, all of that takes additional time that most travelers do not account for. A good rule of thumb is to add at least 30 extra minutes beyond whatever arrival time you normally use. If you typically arrive 90 minutes early, make it 2 hours. That extra cushion removes an enormous amount of stress and gives you the breathing room to actually enjoy the experience. Tip 2. Call the airline before your trip and request wheelchair or mobility assistance. This is that phone call I mentioned at the very beginning, and it genuinely changes everything. Airlines are legally required to provide mobility assistance at no additional charge, but they need advance notice to have someone ready for you. Even if you do not use a wheelchair at home, airports cover incredible distances. Some international terminals require a mile or more of walking just to reach your gate. Requesting assistance does not mean you are giving up your independence. It means you are being smart about how you spend your energy. Call at least 48 hours before your flight and confirm the request again when you check in. You will be met at the curb, escorted through security, and brought directly to your gate. It is genuinely one of the best-kept secrets in air travel. Tip 3. Know what TSA requires before you get to the checkpoint. Many travelers over 60 still follow rules from years ago that have since changed. For example, you no longer need to remove your shoes if you are 75 or older, and TSA PreCheck, which gives you access to a dedicated faster line with much simpler screening, is absolutely worth the small enrollment fee. The application process takes about 10 minutes online, and once you are approved, you keep that status for 5 years. Medications, medical devices, and even pacemakers have specific screening procedures, and knowing them in advance means you will not be caught off guard at the checkpoint. Always declare your medications to the officer before screening begins. Most TSA agents are helpful when you communicate with them clearly. Tip 4. Check your gate before you leave home, and then again when you land at the airport. Gate changes happen constantly, and they happen fast. One moment you are confidently heading toward gate B14, and 15 minutes later that flight has moved to gate C42, which is in an entirely different concourse. Airlines send gate change notifications through their apps, so if you have not already downloaded your airline's app, do it before your trip. If you are not comfortable with apps, make a habit of asking an airline employee to confirm your gate the moment you get through security. Do not assume the gate printed on your boarding pass is final until you are sitting in the waiting area at that gate. If you're enjoying the video so far, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Tip 5. Use the restroom strategically. This sounds almost too simple to mention, but it genuinely matters. Busy airport restrooms near security and near gates can have lines that stretch around the corner, especially during peak travel times. The restrooms located in the middle of concourses, away from the main gates, are almost always less crowded and easier to access. Plan to use the restroom before boarding begins, not during the boarding call, because once they start calling your group, the clock is ticking and you do not want to be rushing back to a crowded gate. Speaking of boarding, tip number 7 is going to completely change how you think about when to get in line. So stay with me. Tip 6, manage your carry-on bag before you get to the gate. This is a massive source of stress for senior travelers, and it is almost entirely avoidable. Overhead bin space fills up quickly, and lifting a heavy bag above your head in a crowded airplane aisle is genuinely risky. Keep your carry-on as light as possible, use luggage with quality wheels and an extendable handle, and pack items you will need during the flight, your medications, your phone, a snack, and reading material in a smaller bag that fits under the seat in front of you. That way, your carry-on can go up top with minimal effort, and everything you actually need is already within reach. By the way, quick question. What's the one item you always keep in your carry-on that makes traveling easier? Drop it in the comments to help other travelers. Tip 7, board the plane. During pre-boarding, not during general boarding, most airlines offer pre-boarding for passengers who need extra time or assistance. And this is not just for wheelchair users. If you simply need more time to get settled without the pressure of a crowd behind you, you can often request pre-boarding at the gate. Just approach the gate agent before the boarding process starts and explain that you would appreciate a little extra time. Most agents are incredibly accommodating when you ask politely and early. Boarding before the rush also means you get first access to overhead bin space, which goes back to what we were just talking about. Tip number 8 could save you from one of the most frustrating and potentially expensive situations senior travelers face. Be aware of airport scams. Yes, they happen, and they target travelers who appear distracted or unfamiliar with their surroundings. Common scams include strangers offering to help carry your luggage and then demanding payment, fake airline employees at unofficial booths, and phishing text messages claiming your flight has been canceled with a link to rebook. Always verify information with official airline staff at marked counters. Never hand your luggage to someone who approaches you unsolicited, and never click links in unexpected text messages about your flight. Go directly to the airline's official website or app instead. Tip 9. Stay hydrated and eat before you get to the airport whenever possible. Airport food is expensive, often lower quality than what you would normally eat, and the options near your gate may be very limited. More importantly, air travel is genuinely dehydrating, and dehydration can cause fatigue, confusion, and discomfort, symptoms that are easy to mistake for something more serious. Bring an empty water bottle through security and fill it at a water fountain or bottle filling station once you are past the checkpoint. Eat a real meal before you leave home, bring some light snacks, and drink water consistently throughout the day of travel. Tip 10. If your flight is delayed, know your rights. Airlines are required to provide certain accommodations during significant delays, including meal vouchers and hotel accommodations in some circumstances. Do not just sit and wait without asking. Speak with a gate agent, use the airline's customer service line, or check the app to understand what options are available to you. The passengers who advocate for themselves calmly and clearly almost always get better outcomes than those who simply wait and hope. Tip 11. For international travel, arrive even earlier and know exactly what documents you need. Passport control and customs add significant time, and some international terminals have separate security areas with different rules. Keep your passport, travel documents, and any customs forms you need to fill out in one easily accessible location, not buried at the bottom of your bag. Tip 12. Before you leave the airport at your destination, take 30 seconds to note where you are going. Know whether you are taking a taxi, a ride share, a shuttle, or a rental car, and know exactly where that pickup location is. Many travelers arrive exhausted and then wander around the arrivals level, trying to figure out where to go. Ask someone at the information desk before you exit the terminal if you are unsure. Flying really does not have to be stressful. With the right preparation, a few smart requests, and the knowledge you now have from these 12 tips, you are genuinely set up for a smoother and more enjoyable experience every time you travel. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and leave your own best airport tip in the comments below. There are so many experienced travelers in this community, and your advice might help someone else have a better trip. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. because we have got a lot more coming that is designed specifically for travelers just like you. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and we'll see you in the next video.